Magic the Gathering is the world's premier trading card game. The game is played by assembling a deck of at least 60 cards, with only 4 copies of an individual card per deck. Then, 2 players or more will face off and try to get their opponent's life total down to 0. Life totals start at 20 for each game unless there's more than 2 people. There are 5 major colors in Magic the Gathering. There is red, white, black, green, and blue. Each color symbolizes a different personality or play style. Red is more aggressive and quick. White is long, drawn out, and ordered. Black is destruction oriented. Green is all about getting big creatures to eventually stomp over your opponent, and blue is all about outthinking your opponent and out-strategizing them. In modern society, being a nerd is not looked down upon anymore when it comes to academics. However, when it comes to non-electric gaming, the stereotype still very much exists. Many times have people walked by my friends and I while we played and sneered and called us losers and no-lives and other insulting words. I never let it get to me, and because I was much bigger than the tormentors, it never came to violence, but the emotional toil was still there. This is a problem that affects the whole community of tabletop gamers. Because they are looked down upon, it is not socially correct to talk about their games in public, compared to electric gamers who can talk about Call of Duty or Halo at any time. This large issue needs to be solved, and can be, with just a better awareness of what tabletop gaming is, so that people will respect it more.
I'm Stephen Wells, and I'm in 11th grade.
How has Magic affected your life?
It really helped me through high school, like make friends and start fitting in certain groups.
How do you think Magic has affected the community that you were involved in?
I know in high school, a lot of people started playing, so it started spreading out and getting a lot of people together that wouldn't normally come together.
What life lessons can be learned from playing Magic the Gathering?
It helps you become more of a strategist, and you start thinking about things in a bigger perspective.
What's your favorite part about playing the game Magic?
It has to be the diversity of each deck and the way everything can be changed and still work.
What advice do you have to someone who's trying to get into Magic, who's just starting for the first time?
Take it easy, take it slow, and just try and learn every color as you can.
This is my stepbrother, Chris Reben, and he is the reason why I'm involved in the Magic the Gathering community right now. I first met Chris back when he was starting to date my sister in high school, while I was in middle school. I was going through a phase in middle school where I just began to lose all of my elementary school friends and was becoming more of a social outcast in general. So I really needed a friend to talk to and a friend who would listen. One day, while Chris was hanging out with my sister in a park, he asked me if I've ever played Magic before. I told him I've had, but I only played it once and it wasn't really my thing. He then sat down and talked to me, and we kept talking, and eventually he had me hooked back on Magic, and ever since, I always have been. It's thanks to him that I'm involved in this great community today. In the Magic the Gathering community, there are 3 names which will decide how you play the game. You either play like a Timmy, a Johnny, or a Spike. The first player is Timmy. Timmy likes to win big. He doesn't want to eke out a last-minute victory. Timmy wants to smash his opponents. He likes his cards to be impressive. Huge monsters, devastating spells. He is most commonly a beginning Magic player. The next player is Johnny. Johnny is a guy who wants all of his cards to work together as a symphony of doom for his opponents. All of his cards are combos, all of his cards work towards one goal, and his end game is to have a super combo which has infinity somewhere in it. The final player is Spike. Spike is a tournament player. Spike does not mess around. Spike plays to win, and that's his only enjoyment. Building the deck is not important to him. Finding cards is not important to him. What's most important is the feel of victory. So he will go online, and he will find decks which he likes, and he'll copy them, and he'll take pro decks, he'll do whatever he has to win. All of those 3 can be mixed in either ways. You can be a Johnny Spike, a Timmy Spike, a Johnny Timmy. Any of those are quite possible. I personally am a Johnny Spike because I love to win, but I also love all my cards to work together.